Under the Assessment Admin tab, you will see several options. Click Create to access the Create Test options. Here you have two options: create an express test or create a test manually. For the purpose of this training, we will select option 1, create an express test. Click Start Now under option 1. This is the default screen for creating a test. Here is where you will name your test and identify test category, subject, grade level, and preferred standards. As a classroom teacher, you will select My Classroom for the test category. Select the appropriate subject, grade level, and preferred standards. Leave the Answer Key Only option at its default of No. This will allow you to view the items for your test. Once you have selected all the necessary information, click Select Standards. Here is where you will see all the available items and standards that you can select from. If you see a 0 next to a standard, this means there are no items available for that standard. You can drill into a standard by clicking the radio button, the plus sign, to see the substandards and the items available for each. You can select a standard as a whole and/or substandards by clicking the box next to the standards. For training purposes, we will select 3 substandards to focus on. Once you have selected your standards, click Add to Test Map. Now that the standards have been selected, you can now select the desired amount of items for each standard. Here we have chosen 5 items for each standard. The system will randomly select the amount of items from the available items. You will have an opportunity to change items if you wish. We have a display of all the items randomly chosen for the selected standards. For each item, you can click the radio button, the plus sign, to see the entire item if you only have a partial view. To the right of each item, you have several options. You can view, edit, replace, or remove an item from the test. If you want to replace an item, you will have access to all the remaining items similar to the current item to select from. If you choose to remove an item from the test, your test will decrease by 1 item each time you choose to do this. You will also see to the right of the item the correct answer, current point value, and the standard the item addresses. To the left of the items, there are several options. The main tab you may want to use as a classroom teacher is the Actions tab. Here you have several options. If you do not have the ability to let your students take the assessment online, you can download the test via PDF or Word. You also can download the answer key and cover sheet. By clicking Preview Online Test, you can see how your students will see the assessment if they were to take it online. The Customized Test tab will allow you to make unique changes to the assessment, such as reorder questions and change proficiency ranges by clicking Score Groups. The default score groups are 60% for Basic, 80% for Proficient, and 100% for Advanced. You can change these as necessary by checking Override Default Cut Scores, then click Save. Once you have selected all the items you want on the assessment, you are now ready to schedule the assessment if students will take it online. Click Ready to Schedule. Note, once you click Ready to Schedule, you will not be able to make any changes to the assessment. Here is your opportunity to make any final adjustments. You can only view and modify items to your test. When you are satisfied, click Schedule. Complete the information for start, end, and score date. It is also important to write down the password for the assessment. This is what you will give to students to access the assessment. The student's username and password is the student ID number for both. Once you have completed all the information, click Save. Your assessment will be available on the designated start date for your students.